Need to fly again, or just ready to fly again? Well, social distancing won't be easy, and be prepared for a possible uncomfortable experience or two. Oh, and this. So May 18th, I'm up early going to Washington Reagan Airport, headed to Orange County with a connection in Dallas. Reagan National was a ghost town, no surprise there. Security floor stickers urge you to stay 6 feet apart, but my first surprise came moments later. So I have my boarding pass on my phone, I have my ID, and the TSA agent is wearing a mask and gloves, but it's the same pair of gloves for everyone's ID, and other passengers notice the same thing.
They take the ID, then they scan it, then they give it back to you without changing out the gloves. So completely pointless.
But then another surprise.
Just went through security. Had to have my bag checked because I had a large bottle of hand sanitizer in the bag. And the TSA officer who searched my bag was not wearing a mask. And there is at least one other TSA officer who was not wearing a mask either.
I asked TSA about all that, and they said every TSA agent should be wearing a mask at all times. So that should not have happened. But when it comes to the ID, a spokesperson says the agent needs to physically inspect the ID to make sure that it's not fake. So when he hands it back to me, I immediately grab some hand sanitizer, and I am dousing my ID in hand sanitizer before I put it back in my wallet, and it seems like that's what you're gonna need to do too. Now for the flight. At DCA, everything went as well as you could ask for. American Airlines had plastic shields at the desk, reminders to wear a mask, passengers kept their distance.
Thank you so much.
On the plane, I had an empty middle seat with a whole empty row next to me. American confirmed that plane was only about 1/3 full. But then I got to Dallas. Let's quickly pause to note that the rock bottom of air travel was April 14th, when roughly 88,000 people flew inside the US that day. But by Memorial Day weekend, air travel was up nearly 300% from that point. Now, it's way below what it was this time last year, but it's also way up from the height of the pandemic. And I really noticed that increase at DFW, especially when other passengers packed onto a train between gates.
Here in Dallas, a lot more people who are not wearing masks than in DC. Pilot's not wearing a mask.
The American Airlines agent I asked about my seat had his mask pulled below his nose, and then when my flight started boarding, passengers huddled up at the gate. No social distancing and no intervention from American Airlines. They just let people crowd the gate on the jet bridge and on the plane. Do you view that as more of a personal responsibility that I, as the traveler, should say, no, you need to stay back? Or should the airlines really be stepping in to say, please keep your distance, we need to be staying away from one another?
Very, very tough situations, and we see this in the hospital too. Who's the social distancing police?
Dr. Luis Ostrowski is an epidemiologist at the University of Texas McGovern Medical School and says that wearing a mask in close quarters really is the best thing you can do, but keeping a safe distance is also critical.
And I think that's what airlines need to focus on, is the social distancing in the queue. For example, United is starting to board from the back to the front, right? Which is exactly what you need to be doing, so that you don't have people sitting in the front being exposed to every single person walking by, right?
I also noticed that on my rather full flight out of Dallas, passing by those already seated on a plane with only 36 empty seats, meaning some middle seats, like mine, were full. A spokesperson for American Airlines declined an interview, but said that gate agents do remind passengers.
When boarding, we ask that you keep space between you and other customers.
But for my flight, no one actually enforced it. American also shared a statement which read in part, "The safety and well-being of our team and customers is our unwavering focus and priority always, but especially in response to COVID-19. We continue to refine our approach to account for updated guidance from the CDC." American, along with United, are not promising every middle seat will be empty, unlike Delta, Southwest, and JetBlue, which are promising empty middle seats, at least for now. So what's the bottom line? Is it safe to fly? Dr. Ostrowski says it depends.
If the volume picks up and operations start returning to semi-normal, I see this as an opportunity to get complacent. Again, right now, they have really thorough procedures for cleaning planes, etc. But I start seeing, if they have a quick turnaround time in an airport, that's when I think we're going to get in trouble.